Page 132. Reading. B. Read for main ideas. Read the article. Were your guesses in Exercise A correct? How is the brain different across gender and age? The developing brain.
At the heart of psychology is understanding behavior, and understanding behavior has much to do with understanding the brain, an endeavor that has proved somewhat elusive. However, as neuroscientists become more efficient at mapping the brain, and as they gain more insight into how the brain develops and functions, scientists believe they may be closer than ever to an understanding of why we behave in the way we do. Differences in behavior as we age and between genders may well be accounted for by the physical state of and changes in our brains. At the age of 6, the brain is about 95% of its adult size. Over the coming years, it continues to thicken and develop extra connections. Around the age of 12, it is believed that the areas of the brain that are used most will strengthen in terms of neural connectivity. Cells in the brain that are not used tend to wither and die. The implications are enormous. What you do with your brain in your teen years may well determine how your brain functions for the remainder of your life. If a teen spends endless hours watching TV, the neural connections that help the brain process TV are what will strengthen. It is clear, therefore, that how young people spend their time really is of great importance. Surprisingly, and contrary to earlier beliefs, the brain is still developing even in the early 20s. Areas of the brain that are related to emotion, decision-making, reasoning, and problem-solving are still not fully matured. This may go some way toward explaining impulsive behavior in teens and why vehicular accident rates in young people are significantly higher than those among older people. Young people just don't have the capacity, that is, the set of skills necessary to make complex judgments while driving. There are also differences in the way brains develop across gender. It appears that girls are ready to process more challenging information earlier than boys, with the area of the brain responsible for this activity peaking at the age of 14 to 16 in boys, a full 2 years later than girls. In addition, studies have demonstrated that girls and boys process language input in different parts of their brains. Girls typically tend to display stronger language skills than boys. Girls have more brain matter dedicated to language skills. If there's more area dedicated to a set of skills, it follows that the skills will be more refined, says David Geary, Ph.D., professor of psychological sciences at the University of Missouri. This kind of research raises important questions about how boys and girls should be taught in schools to maximize their learning. For example, the idea of single-sex education should perhaps be taken into consideration. Experts say that we would do well to revisit the timing of the subjects taught in school, given that some parts of the brain develop before others. Additionally, what we understand about the adolescent brain should perhaps inform public policy and the laws we make with regard to the minimum driving age.